In order to talk to God, you do not have to go to church, but you will have to build a temple. And by the end of this video, you will not only understand what I mean by that, but also how you can connect effectively to the divine. This information is important to you, regardless of your religious beliefs. It is for you if you want to form a stronger connection to the divine, have conversations with your higher self, find an answer to life's questions and explore your core values. Now we know that God is everything. Nothing exists outside of God. The global consciousness, if you so want. And we humans, carrying the divine spark, children of God, are part of this global consciousness, co-creators of this reality. By following our purpose, our destiny, we are fulfilling the wish of God to help Him create the reality that we all live in. And as such, most of us are drawn to forming a deeper connection with this divine self, this inner compass that we carry, the intuition that we have, guiding us through life, finding our purpose and what we are actually here for. But in today's society, this connection oftentimes has been lost. The daily noise, news, media drowns out this inner voice that we carry and lets us focus more on our doubts or what other people think of us instead of forming the divine picture that we have of ourselves. And losing this connection lets us struggle for answers, for guidance, and we become much easier influenced. Life can be hard at some times, and if you do not have the answers of what awaits us or how we should deal with it, if you miss this inner guidance, this trust that you will be taken care of, you always look to outside sources for these kind of answers. And having this connection to your divine self is like a superpower to actually finding out who you actually are and what you are here for, how you should act in different kind of situations and how you stay true to yourself in all realms of life. But before we get into how you can have these divine conversations and strengthen the connection to the God within, do me a favor and send this video to somebody who is on a quest to become their highest self. The first step is that you have to start loving yourself, because loving yourself is appreciating this divine creation, this part of God that you are. So build yourself up as the temple that God wants to inhabit. And this is exactly what I meant in the beginning, that you have to build yourself up, take care of yourself, start to talk good about yourself, take yourself serious and follow your word. In today's society, we got so used to looking down at ourselves, finding every little flaw that we do not like and emphasizing it. Stop doing that and make it a habit to catch yourself in the act. Always turn a negative into a positive. Find out what are your strengths and carry them forward. Appreciate every single detail of you and start to truly take care about yourself. This will not only build the temple for God brick by brick, but also improve your self-image. And with that, the trust in your own abilities, in yourself to live this life to the fullest. The next step is to actually start listening. Instead of filling every last minute with some kind of stimulation, sit down and create stillness in your life. Listen to the inner voice that you carry, because the more you listen, the louder this voice becomes. In the beginning, listening to your inner voice might be difficult, because if you have not been practicing this for a long time, this voice will bring up topics that are hard to deal with. Think of it as your inner child that has been neglected for some time. Spend time with it, and you will see that the mood and the topics that come up will become clearer and clearer. And after some time, you will see that this voice will move from frantically trying to tell you everything to more calm conversations and stories. And this is exactly the time when you can start to ask questions back. Whenever you have a decision to make in your life, ask this inner voice for guidance, and you will see that answers will start coming back. Then actually listen to what this inner voice is telling you, because the more you listen, the more this inner voice will be inclined to help you out. And also make it a habit that whenever this inner voice is telling you something that leads to a positive outcome in your decisions, come back and be grateful and thankful for it. When you act on the suggestions of your inner voice and come back with gratitude, this not only strengthens this divine intuition, but also creates an immense amount of trust that you are taken care of and that you are guided in this life of yours. Remember, don't become frustrated if answers not start coming immediately. These might start out subtle and strengthen over time the more you listen to them. These conversations might happen for some people within meditation. For others, it happens during journaling. Find out what works for you best. As a homework, I want you to practice this. Sit down and find out which method works best for you. And then start to have a conversation about your core values. Which values are most important for you? If you figure this out and create a list of your core values, you will have an additional support for every decision that you have to make in your life. Remember, start out small, give yourself time, and be grateful for all the answers that you get. This is how you start to have divine conversations.